What up, what up? It's Auntie Bee. As we've mentioned on the show several times before, Melanin Boulevard is currently independent, meaning we're not backed by any production companies, nor do we have sponsors. So with that being said, a little generous donation will go a long way. If you can please head on over to melaninblvd.com and click on donate on the homepage and make any small contribution towards the building fund, we will greatly appreciate it. That's melaninblvard.com. Click on donate and let's get it cracking.
And I see the robin.
I'm just searching for equality, looking for some reason, no finding no apologies. But I do want opportunity, hard work, it ain't you and me.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Auntie Bee.
And it's RachDaGem.
And welcome to Melanin Boulevard. We're back again.
Boulevard with the B. How was your weekend?
Sorry, y'all. We had to restart because I said Boulevard and it was just all kinds of messed up. Yeah, but anyways, weekend was cool. We did a little walk.
We did do the walk. It was hella windy out.
Super windy.
I had stuff all in my eyeballs.
It was dogs everywhere too, so it was probably dog hair.
No, it was like little bits of leaves.
Of dog hair.
Don't play with me.
I said that
because
to
you know
you
I don't. You know I hate that shit. Well, yeah. So we had our walk. That was pretty much it. I didn't do shit.
I thought I was coming home to lay down after the walk, but I ended up cleaning my garage. Then the next day, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna relax and just do laundry." I ended up shampooing my carpet. So my whole little weekend turned to a spring cleaning session.
Nice.
Yeah, but whatever.
Well, we have a guest today.
We do.
Her name is Chanel, and she's my best friend. Go, best friend. That's my best friend. You better go.
Hey, y'all. I'm back.
I was gonna say she's been on before.
She
the
has.
block party.
Yeah. So Chanel, tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Well, I'm
She don't
Chanel.
know.
I am a mother, a wife, and a real estate agent.
Message. Y'all got that plug, right?
Buy you some property.
Please do.
So we'll post her information on the page. She's a legitimate businesswoman over
Yes.
here.
She
Very
don't,
much so.
she don't pull up to people's house using their water and electric.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm trying to keep it together.
And okay, excuse the noise in the back because for some reason my neighbors are on some Migos bad and bougie shit. They have people actually pull up to their house and wash their cars. All 6 of them.
Damn, they got 6 cars?
Yes.
Where do they keep them?
They were in front of my house for the longest time, but then I started going outside with attitude like, ain't never no damn parking. And they got the hint.
She's passive aggressive. She just couldn't have
like,
an adult
damn, I can't
conversation.
even pull weeds out my yard because cars. And they got the hint. So
We don't have grown up conversations around here. We're passive aggressive. We slam doors. We yell out loud, talking to nobody.
and dare you to say something back because then let's get it cracking. Just saying.
Well, let's just get the show going.
Let's roll with it.
Oh, well, how was your weekend,
Yeah,
Chanel?
Chanel.
What you do?
Again. It's hard to remember.
I know.
Today?
Don't it be like that?
Wednesday.
God.
I didn't do anything special. Obviously.
Nothing
I would
special.
remember. I probably
Excuse me.
cut
y'all.
the grass or folded clothes or I don't know.
It's like something along those lines.
Nothing exciting.
Some grown up shit. We handle our business around here. All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening again. We're gonna go ahead and proceed with the health tip for the week.
Let's move right into things. So this past weekend, I was doing some personal research on an issue that I'm having. And so I ran across all these different benefits, and I'm only going to say a few ones that everyone will probably use the most, but there's like a ton of shit you can do with coconut oil that I did not know about.
Very interested.
Yes. So these ones that I'm going to go over, and I'm not going to go into detail. I'm going to blog it because it's so much.
Okay.
So tomorrow I'll have the blog. I should already have it ready on my work computer.
As
So,
usual.
Everything's on the work computer my whole life. So benefits of using coconut oil. Of course, if you're a natural like us, you put it in your hair. That's what the go-to is. But it's also a skincare. She has sneeze.
But I just,
Girl, just do it. I'll be coughing all on here. You fine. So skincare. It can be used for that. So I actually do an oil cleanse when I take my makeup off. A little coconut oil, rub it on, kind of help it, and then take a wet, warm towel and just smooth it out. And then I also use it for moisturize. That's how when I'm not pimply, I got this glow.
I can definitely say, you know those matte lipsticks? Mm-hmm. You got to put some oil on.
Coconut oil to get that shit
because that shit is in every crevice of your lip. Like, you be looking like a zombie. You got zombie lips.
You're like, you had that lipstick on yesterday? I washed it.
I washed my face. It won't come off.
Yeah.
It be all under your lip and shit.
Yeah, you definitely got to do that. I have sugar scrub made with coconut oil and just some raw brown sugar for when I wear those matte lipsticks.
Yep.
Weight loss, it can be used for losing weight. If you replace your regular oil that you would normally cook with, like olive oil, vegetable oil, canola.
You're not really
coconut.
supposed to cook with vegetable oil.
Well, it's on the shelf and it's cheap, so that's what I roll with.
It's the heating temperature, but we can go about that another time.
You know, Rachel be having all the backstory to everything. I just roll with whatever's on sale. I'm having an asthma attack. But yeah, so I know one of the things I do is with my sweet potato fries, I do put a little coconut oil over them before I stick them in the oven and like sprinkle some like sea salt. Bomb.
Really?
Yes. Gives it more of a flavor. Really
I definitely
good.
have some sweet potatoes at home that I can
try that. It's really good. It strengthens the immune system, boosts digestion, prevents yeast. It's known to speed up healing. And this is a known fact too, because I used to put coconut oil like for lotion. Don't judge me. And if I would have,
what's wrong with that?
Girl, I was walking around here looking like I should have been in the kitchen.
Girl,
just
shit.
oily, just for
my
no
kids
reason.
be looking shiny all the time.
But like I would know, because I get bruises on my legs. Like if I could just barely tap something and I'll bruise easy. But I noticed that when I was doing the coconut oil to replace the lotion, it actually was last spring because I was itching so much that my bruises were healing a lot faster. So it does help with that. And then also it boosts energy. So again, I'll put this up on the blog. It'll be either tomorrow or Friday. Definitely by Friday. And
are you gonna put the oil pulling on there for your teeth and like it draws out?
That was one of the things that was listed, but I didn't want to go into detail. Like,
did I? Did
no,
you?
no, not on here. When I was reading the information, that was one of the things that was listed on there. So the blog post will be in more depth, give you breakdown of everything that I just listed. But yeah, coconut oil is the shit to me now. Definitely gonna appreciate it more.
Definitely.
Yes.
Let's move on to our king and queen of the week, our past and our present.
Yeah.
Go ahead and cover the past.
All right. So this week we're going to King Dr. Solomon Carter Fuller from the past. He was born in Liberia in 1872. He was a grandson of an American slave who purchased his freedom and actually went back to Africa.
He was like, fuck it.
He was like, I didn't even want to be this bitch in the first place. So
he was like, what the fuck you thought?
Fuller was a graduate of Boston University Medical School and eventually worked as a pathologist at Westboro State Hospital for the Insane, becoming the nation's first black psychiatrist.
Damn.
Fuller went to Germany for medical training and became a student of Dr. Alois Alzheimer. And Dr. Alzheimer didn't really have a lot of money because everything was pretty much going to his research. So he didn't really pay his students, but he relied on them heavily to carry out a lot of the lab work. And in that, he actually credited them for a lot of the discovery with Alzheimer's. So they made a lot of contributions his students did to that particular research. And even though he had already started studying a 51-year-old patient who had symptoms of some mysterious disease, when Fuller came along, he examined other brain tissues of like different cadavers, and they all had a variety of different mental disorders. And he found, I don't know how to pronounce this.
Plaques,
but amyloids. I'm just going to say that's what it is. Okay,
amyloids.
Whatever. But after more research, he found that they actually matched what Dr. Alzheimer had originally described. And then he wrote the cases that supported his Alzheimer's discovery, a particular form of dementia. It wasn't due to being senile, which is a lot of people always think that dementia, Alzheimer's, they're going crazy.
No.
So it wasn't due to being senile, but rather an actual disease. So the research proved to be a watershed to the study of the disorder, and Fuller's name was forever linked to the modern understanding of Alzheimer's.
That's what's up. I'd never heard of that before.
Yeah, so I had to dig deep for that one. I was like, let me see who got some heavy stuff going on this week.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, for our present, I chose I would like to like king and queen more of the regular people too. You know, people making smaller strides in our community. So I was on Facebook, and you know, I build websites and all that, marketing and whatnot. So I have an issue and a hard time finding like Black images that aren't super expensive, or stock photos are really limited,
right,
that show a good representation of Black people,
right.
So I ran across this girl. Her name is Ashley White, aka Ash the Painter, and what really caught my eye is that she had on the post the pictures, which are beautiful, and she hand paints them, and we actually use one of her pictures on one of our posts.
The colorism one, the one with the different shades, right?
No, the one with the afro with the red. It was, let me go to it. But she registered her picture, some of her pictures, as royalty free, royalty and copyright free, and they've been that way since 2014. And I thought it was really important because not a lot of people know that how hard it is to find good pictures.
Right.
So let's see. I'm gonna show you the picture. But she's dope. And this one.
Oh yeah.
She has really great pictures.
I have that on a shirt.
Yeah, she and then all of her paintings, they're hand painted by her. She's really talented. And
I'm gonna go find her now on social media.
It's Ash the Painter. I probably should have had this up. I do this every time. Okay, so here's like one of her shirts right here. And see, that's her painting.
Yeah, I have this on my I have a shirt that says Black Girls Rock, and that picture's on it.
Yep, that's her stuff.
Is she local?
No. She where is she? Shit, somewhere. I don't know if I think she's on the East Coast. But she was in a group, a Facebook group called Black Girls Craft, and she's an amazing artist. She hand paints all of her work. Her work is registered as royalty and copyright free since 2014. Representation matters. So look her up. She does have these royalty and copyright free pictures, but she also has artwork that can be purchased. So just support her in her craft.
How does that work though, with like it being royalty and copyright?
She basically is like, you can take it and do as you please.
But I mean, we all know.
How do you get the royalties?
Right. Well, not
it's
necessarily
royalty free.
Not necessarily get the royalties, but how do you stop somebody from saying this is my work, basically?
Well, if it's registered as royalty and copyright free, it's probably already registered as her artwork too. Okay. But it's just like a stock photo. You can use it for personal pictures, T-shirts. You can use it for marketing, commercial marketing.
So nobody can actually just go on and be like, "Oh, I painted this."
Right.
Okay.
Because it would be a screenshot. It wouldn't even be. They would have to have the original.
Right. I just didn't know how it worked.
Yeah, and she does things where she like paints live, like this one right here. She's drawing this guy. She's really talented. But she's done live painting to show that she actually paints these pictures. So I thought she was great, and I wanted to queen her for that.
That's awesome.
See, that's her doing another one.
Ooh, child, I do not have an art bone in my body.
I always want to go to the art.
The sip and paint thing.
Yeah, I like art.
I've done that. That's fun.
I need to go.
You paint really well when you're
drunk.
Tipsy.
Oh, I should it
flows.
I should definitely
Picasso on that ass. So yeah, that's who I decided to queen. She's a present person, Ashley White, aka Ash the Painter. We'll go ahead and tag her on Instagram.
I followed her.
Okay.
All right, so let's move on to the next segment, which will be the word on the boulevard.
All right. So this weekend was kind of busy, right?
Very.
So we had Drake drop his single.
Let me tell you.
That video's everything. Nice for what? Just so you guys know, that video was directed by a 22-year-old girl. Her name is Karen Evans.
Hey.
Yep. So she directed that one and God's Plan.
Okay.
So, shit, she's doing the damn thing. 22?
That's cool that he found somebody who is like grasping the concept of what he wants
Right.
and is continuing to work with them. So that's cool.
I really like the Nice for What video. You know, Tracy Ellis Ross is everything.
Yes.
And Issa was in there. And Zoe Saldana and Yara.
It was a bunch of people.
All the great people. Mm-hmm. So he dropped his single after, well, it was like hours. It was in the same day. He dropped his on midnight, and Cardi B had dropped her album that earlier that day. She also confirmed she's pregnant. We knew that when you performed with Bruno Mars.
We figured it out, girl. But it's all good.
Yeah, I get it. You know.
Do what you do. You do what you do.
So yeah, so she dropped the album and made the official announcement that she's pregnant. What I find funny is that both of them sampled Lauryn Hill's song, The Nice for What, and then I think it's Be Careful With Me. Be Careful.
Not a fan of that song, but yeah.
Well, it's a sample. But, you know, when people were really hyping up Cardi, we're not hating. I just expected... They were hyping it up, so my expectations went up. Like, I was like, okay, she must really be talking about something. It was the same shit.
I didn't expect
Bless you.
Thank you.
much. I mean, I expected because she is the thing right now. What I like about Cardi B is not necessarily her music, even though there are some
Bangers.
fucking songs on that album where I was like, oh, if I clubbed, I would give my life to this. However, what I like about her is her hustle mentality. Like, she went from, like, I'm about
Stripping.
to go on, no.
Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, I'm about to go on the Love and Hip Hop show
One season.
and make a name for myself by showing my ass, and then drop some fire as music.
But I think
from everybody.
the music supported that, because if the music was suck, I mean, she has some songs that,
She does.
for her genre, that are bangers.
Right. But if you look at all the other chicks on that particular platform,
Who?
they are not going nowhere. That's what I'm trying to get
Because
to.
their music.
Because it sucks. Like, they literally are filming scenes in Love and Hip Hop where they stay in the studio, and I ain't seen no single.
Jocelyn got a single.
It's not on Apple Music, so
It's
doesn't
on
exist.
Spotify.
Oh, it doesn't exist in my world. It's not on Apple Music, so...
I never listened to the whole thing, but yeah.
I don't want nobody worry about the Puerto Rican princess anyways.
Right?
She's whack.
Speaking of pregnancies, Kenya Moore announces she's pregnant.
All 50 years of her. Not hating on people who have babies older, you know, whatever floats your boat, but girl.
She's annoying. Boomerang reboot on BET. What y'all feel about that?
I don't watch TV, so you can't ask me any questions about.
Have you seen the movie Boomerang?
Yes.
They're gonna reboot it.
It's going to be a TV show.
A series.
A series.
Pass.
No.
Hard pass.
Like, can y'all just leave shit alone?
Yeah,
Like, and that's one
it's
of
never
them.
good. It's always disappointing. They always try to
Yeah.
Why a series
impress
though?
the millennials and
How many
makes it-
times?
I think what they're trying to do is replace Being Mary Jane, because it's not going on no more.
That ain't gonna do it.
But that's what their attempt is.
Bring back College Hill. I
I
like
don't
that
even
show.
watch BET. I can't even front.
You don't remember College Hill?
I remember College Hill, but
I don't watch BET.
I don't watch BET.
Anyways,
More pregnancy news.
why though? Fuck. Compton Mayor Asia Brown announces pregnancy and drops out of congressional race to ensure that she has a healthy pregnancy. It's contagious, y'all.
Right. I'm not drinking no water either.
Y'all be
Since
safe.
pregnant.
Even though my tubes is tied, I ain't drinking no water still.
If you come up pregnant,
But that, I'm gonna be like, I need to talk to somebody's lawyer. No, she first, what's her name, dropped out. Stacey Dash,
who?
the white people's black cousin
I still don't know who you're
by
talking
marriage. Her. She dropped out, and then now she dropped out, so there is no more. There is no more. Can you speak English? There are no more black candidates right now.
Oh, wow. Well, shit.
But I feel her. Hey, you take care of your baby.
Right. Who wants to be stressed out and pregnant? Nobody.
That's important.
Governor of Michigan is claiming Flint water crisis is over and is ending free bottled water program. They need to not do that because their water is still murky as fuck. They're not going to drink the shit, so knock it off.
Hand him a glass and let's see what he does.
I want him to drink it. He gonna be looking like the guy off Facebook. Little baby sips.
Girl.
Did you see that shit?
No.
Oh my God. They were in court with Mark
Zuckerberg. Mm-hmm.
So this nigga, this shit had me weak. He set him up. He was like, would you be comfortable with telling me the hotel that you stayed at? And Mark was like, well, no. Well, would you be comfortable with telling me the last person that you emailed? Or whatever he said. He was like, no, I wouldn't. Well, exactly. He did like a black girl move. Well, exactly. That's how the people on Facebook feel because you're giving out their information. Wow. Set his ass up. Mark got to drinking water. Like, you got to see the video. This shit is so funny. He got to drinking water. He was nervous. He was like, fuck. He set me the fuck. Yeah, your ass got set up. You know, when you ask your kids a question and you know the answer? Mm-hmm. Like, damn, all these cookies gone. Isn't that crazy? They were like, yeah, it is.
Like, nigga, I got you on tape.
Right.
Eating all the cookies.
Right. Did you have a cookie today? No? That's funny. Okay.
Why you got chocolate chips around your mouth?
Right. Yeah, so that was funny. If you get a chance to watch that video, like, just watch it for the comedy of it.
I'm gonna watch it afterwards.
The feds have seized Backpage.com and charged the page's founder after human trafficking investigation. Duh. Yeah. I mean, duh.
I'm still trying to figure out who uses Backpage still.
Seriously. Like, I've never used Backpage.
I've never been on there.
I've just known that's where you buy pussy.
Ho.
Right.
But apparently it was more like Craigslist, and I never knew that.
Craigslist, they sell pussy on Craigslist too.
Right, but they have more categories.
Who goes to that?
I sold puppies on them. That's about it. That's it. That's all I go to it for.
Craigslist scares me. I've never shopped on Craigslist ever.
Well, no, I'm lying. I bought my motorcycle on Craigslist.
Really?
When I first bought it.
What scared me was like when this person had responded to an ad for like a babysitter and then they killed her. I was like, I'm never going to use Craigslist. Ever in life.
There was somebody actually murdering. It was like a serial killer, a Craigslist killer.
I was like, never will I.
So imagine Backpage.
Even worse.
Just to get some.
Its ad says, do you want to die today?
That little pussy a murderer. No, it's not.
It gotta be. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
About time. Why are we talking about irrelevant people? But we're just gonna continue. We have a list full of irrelevancy, but
dumb shit.
Cherie Whitfield reportedly fired from The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
It's Sheree.
Why though? Who?
She by Sheree.
Oh,
and
Cherie.
Also
Sheree.
Not More Manor. What was her house name? That
Chateau
Sheree. That's probably still not built.
Well, it's done. Everything's done.
Oh, I don't watch it, so
I do.
Is she living in it?
Yeah.
Probably
her
not
basement
for long
is.
If she just got fired.
Well, she just got back on the show. Well, that's when that shit got built. She took that check and was like, I'm gonna finish my house since I got these damn checks.
And she did all that, and they still didn't get that bitch a peach. You was not in the opening credits at all.
So, they really clowned her with her man. He was supposed to get out of jail, and he got denied. She got a whole boyfriend in jail. They're supposed to get married when he get out.
Girl, come on.
How old are you?
Now?
How old are you?
You are not falling for them prison letters. Like, I can't believe.
She definitely is. She be cheesing all hard when he call. When she hear, you have a collect call, she get to cheesing.
Oh, on the show she was?
Yes.
I didn't know that was going down
yes.
like that. Wow. See, I'm about to go look at my on demand.
And supposedly Nene was like stalking him. Yeah, it's a mess.
This is why I don't watch that show.
Well, no, this is before prison.
No. This is why I don't watch that show. This is a bunch of old bitches just trying to still be relevant.
They still don't got it together after all this time. I can't imagine arguing that much with people I call my friends. I'll be done hit you in the head with a honey bun.
Depending on the dollar amount, I'll be like, let's get it cracking.
We can make some shit up.
I'm gonna talk shit to you. You'll talk shit to me. We're not gonna take it personal because it's not real. Okay. And let them run them checks.
Well, I would do that.
That's what I would.
Because it ain't real, but they really be into it.
They really be beefing.
Your ass would get a honey bun thrown at your head.
Not a honey bun.
Yeah, you would.
Oh God.
Next. You're so rude.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So Tristan Thompson, not Thomas. You wrote Thomas.
Oh, did I?
You did.
Third trimester.
So Tristan Thompson, aka Third Try, just gonna cheat on his baby mama after he left his baby mama who he cheated on with his baby mama for his baby mama just to leave his baby mama, then cheat on his baby mama.
And apparently the new chick is about to be a baby mama too.
Fuck.
He gonna leave her at the third trimester too. Tristan Days Before Birth Thompson. That's what we gonna call this nigga. That's his new name.
So, the internet was all feeling bad for...
I don't.
Right.
Because them raggedy ass bitches, the Kardashians, they think they're invincible. They don't
want to be invisible.
I'm getting it together, okay? It's been a long day. They think they're invincible. They think that their pussy is like platinum gold and that when they snag a nigga that they gonna keep them. Just like when fucking Kylie snagged Tiger right out from under Black China. And now where they at? You got a whole baby by Travis Scott.
You got a sister cousin.
Right.
Let's talk about it. Now, the situation with Khloe is apparently, and everybody's like, oh, that's speculation, but I think it's true because he's doing it again. Apparently, he left his baby mama days before birth to get with her. And now this shit's happening again. So I'm just laughing at her ass.
And supposedly she had like a real big fit about it. But, bruh.
How you get him?
He had a whole woman. Okay.
A whole ass woman with a baby on the way.
Whatever. So.
Yeah, that happened to me.
Who?
That happened to me
in real life?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I was pregnant with Wesley. I was with
Wait, what?
Yeah, girl. Oh, let me wrote a song about it. Like the here go. I was pregnant with Wesley. Me and his dad were going to the Sprint store and pay the bill, and we ended up breaking up. And he gets with the bitch in the Sprint store. She gonna try to hit me with, I didn't know you was pregnant. Bitch, you see me waddling my ass in that Sprint store to pay my bill. Like, come on now. Let's be real. He didn't tell me you was pregnant. He didn't have to. It was visible. Like, are you serious right now? But yeah.
Your belly was hidden by the counter.
I was just like, Lord Jesus. Okay, whatever, girl. Whatever.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need y'all to do better. So, a topless protester hid in the bushes and attempted to charge Bill Cosby on his way to court on Monday.
I saw that shit.
No, they pulled her ass out the bushes. That shit was hella funny.
I saw that shit.
I'm like, why is she? She was like, first of all, when did she walk in the bushes? How long was she sitting in the bushes? I have a lot of questions.
See her like, did she take her shirt off in the bushes?
In the bushes, like she had a whole setup inside the bushes. Like she went there midnight of the night before, had it all set up, had like her little coffee maker and shit, and was inside the bushes. And around the time where he was set to come into court, she snatched her shirt off, painted her chest with all the names, and I don't know how she was gonna jump out when they was pulling her ass out the bushes. Like
they was like,
you missed your opportunity to jump.
You. Get your ass out.
Like what the fuck? Like it looked like, when people be like pulling snakes out of like a pile of leaves type shit. Like they was like pulling her ass out.
That shit was so funny. And she was still protesting. Like she was still,
right. She was fighting.
Girl, that shit was hilarious. Poor Bill Cosby. He probably would have had a heart attack.
His ass was looking at her like
what the fuck?
Damn, them titties nice.
I know them names on your chest.
She got some tig-old bitties.
Oh my God.
So that happened. But her name is Nicole Rochelle, and what's kind of like made you think is that she was actually on the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
So Right.
Mm-hmm. She was one of Rudy's friends. I want to say either Rudy or Vanessa's friends. Mm-hmm.
Did she have her own name on her? I don't know.
Now I gotta go and blow the picture up.
Right. I need to know. Are you a Me Too too?
Me too.
Oh my God, me too.
So whatever. Mariah Carey. Listen, Mariah. We know, okay?
Girl.
She's been staging. She opens up to People magazine about her battle with bipolar 2. It's bipolar 2. She's second level.
Girl, we peeped it when you was first level. Like, we knew.
Your ass always been on one.
We already knew. Like, this is nothing new. You're not coming out. We knew already.
She's definitely not coming out. I really think, low-key, she's just trying to get some attention.
She's like,
Nick is doing his thing.
I ain't had no shows.
And
her voice is gone.
Her voice has completely left the building.
Which sucks. I used to love her voice.
Yeah. It's definitely.
Her voice was like,
I know you could just lose it.
Yeah, if you don't take
Whitney
care of
used to
yourself.
lost hers too, right before she passed away.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, that was something.
Well, shit, maybe the medicine she's on for bipolarism.
Have you ever tried to sing when you was drunk? Like how your voice just
Not that I remember.
Footage. When I was doing Beyonce.
Your shit was auto-tune. Speaking of Beyonce.
I love to love you, baby.
Please don't do that. Coachella. They're going to be streaming it on YouTube. I'm definitely going to watch it. What happened now?
Right now, I just don't have time for Beyonce.
Why?
Like, I have time to listen to her in my car and when I'm in the shower. But extra shit, I can't fit it in my day. Like, as much as I want to, I can't fit it into my day. So watching it on YouTube,
it's gonna be like at 11 at night.
That's definitely
on a Saturday.
Still sleep on a Saturday.
I'm gonna try to stay up.
That's this weekend, huh?
I gotta look.
I think Coachella is this weekend because I know Laverne Cox posted something on her Instagram about it. So I don't know, but if that's this weekend, I'm definitely not gonna be able to tune in.
Can they run it back?
But I don't know.
Well, I want to see. I need to go to Coachella. Definitely, I gotta be there. What's wrong? What now?
I don't do music festivals.
Where's it gonna be?
You know me. It's in California, outside.
Yeah.
We can get a tent and we can walk barefoot.
So she doesn't have tickets. So what she's trying to do is actually cut a hole through the gate and go in here.
I'm gonna get tickets.
Tell me the details. Seriously, what you gonna have me do?
Right. So
I'm gonna make our own passes. I'm gonna make our own little Coachella passes. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, I'm gonna buy tickets. I'm gonna go.
Did you see the ones when the pictures of Beyonce and Nicki Minaj when she performed at Coachella, and Beyonce clearly was drunk as fuck, and Nicki Minaj looked so fucking irritated because you could tell Beyonce was like dancing and messing around with her, and Nicki Minaj was just looking like, bitch, like what the fuck? Like, I have to find those pictures to show you.
I need to see it.
It's fucking hilarious. She was looking like, I don't want to play with you. Stop, please.
Like this bitch played like, too much.
B, you tripping? Go over there with Blue. I don't got time for this. I'm about to perform. So yeah.
Well, we're going to move on to our new segment that we are going to introduce. We posted on our social media pages that if you guys have any questions or advice that you want answered on air, just hit us up and we'll answer them with the truth. We don't lie around here. So, did you get any questions?
No.
Damn. So it's all on me, right?
It's all on you. So what you gonna do? I have some stuff probably for next week though.
Okay. Well, I had a couple people message me. All right. So the first one is, how do I?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let me see the video. Let me see it. Oh yeah, she's hella irritated. Look at her eyes. She's hella irritated. So irritated.
Beyonce's like, I'm drunk. I have the flower crown, and I'm drunk. Look
at my crown.
Like
Nikki. Hey yo, Nick. Hey yo, Nick. Hey yo, Nick. Like that shit. Anyway. So, first question is, how do I tell my manager that he smells like cat pee? On top of that, he doesn't respect personal space, and when he talks to people, he's extra close. Plus, he's a know-it-all.
First of all, There is no nice way to tell someone they smell like cat pee. You just got to say that shit. Because if you near me and I could smell that, now you disrespected me. You disrespected my senses. You disrespected my appetite for later on.
Ugh.
So I got a problem with that. So
cat pee though, that's like a smell that you can't.
I want to know how you smell like cat pee when cats piss in a litter box.
Not all the time. You know,
Were you
cats be
rolling
pissing and like marking their territories and
Do
shit.
they? I thought only dogs did that.
Cats
I run
are
behind my dog
disgusting.
with a steamer. With a
But
carpet
cats
steamer.
are nasty.
Yeah, they are.
And they be climbing on counters and shit.
But I think he may have just been rolling in the litter box too. I'm just gonna go with that one.
You see, like hoarders, they don't be having litter boxes. They just go wherever.
The whole house is a litter box.
Exactly.
Ew.
Scratches the
Maybe he's a
skin.
hoarder.
Oh, maybe. And she said, "What else happened now?"
He doesn't respect, like she said that, like when he talks to customers, he be like all up close to him and shit.
Arm.
On top of that, he's like on a power trip, so it's not like she can just be like, tell him. I will report his ass. Like hell, every night when I go home, I'm calling corporate and I'm leaving a message. Yeah, I have a complaint for someone at wherever she works, and this man, his BO is just terrible. I would do it in different voices.
No,
Hi,
actually-
hi, my name is Jim.
Actually, most HRs and corporations have a hygiene clause written in there. She need to go to HR. That's what I would do. I would go to HR and be
I
like,
would probably do the different voice thing. That sounds like
She
way
can do
more
both.
fun.
do both.
I would have my kids. Hi, this is Sanaya. This man is stinky.
Me personally, I would want him to know that I smell you, homie, and I went to HR on your ass. Like I
Would you be
petty
passive
like that.
aggressive? Like, ooh, what's that smell?
I
Like,
definitely
God
would
damn,
be.
it smell like cat piss.
he just in the corner like, is it me?
Is it me?
Oh.
Oh,
Is it just
well,
me?
Fluffy was crawling on me this morning.
Fluffy crawl on your ass every morning then. Get your ass out of here.
Fluffy crawling, pissing, shitting. Fluffy
Ew.
doing it all. You probably sleeping with Fluffy.
Gross. That's nasty.
No.
Ew, you
as far as the
nasty.
know-it-all shit, if
Give
he's
us
not
the number so we can call up there with different voices.
Rach's gonna be like, "Hi,
Right.
this is Rach,
Nope.
and I was in your store."
Run me that
Pinch your
hotline.
nose. I just want to file a complaint.
Hella voices.
Wait, the
I would do celebrity voices too. Like,
Can you do that?
no, I would try though.
I can only do the Cardi B Oker thing.
You know what I'm saying? There's this man, he was real stinky. Like, how do you do
What's
the Cardi?
poppin'? What's poppin'? Cardi. Anyway, but the know-it-all part, is he a manager? Did she specify that?
Yeah.
See, I have a problem with know-it-alls at work. Like, I'll go to your manager and whoever is above them because
I'm asking questions like, do you not smell him? God. Like, do you not? I'm asking all of
I
corporate.
get mad when stuff starts to smell. I just get an attitude.
yeah, because then I don't want to eat for the day, and now I'm really
You don't want to
pissed.
talk. You don't open your mouth.
Yeah,
It smells bad.
I'm just like, now I'm mad because you done fuck my appetite up, and food is life. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Okay, next question. I hope that helped.
Go to HR, anonymous tip. Next question.
Run us that hotline number. DM me. I RachDaGem. All right, so next question is, how do I tell my spouse that I hate certain sex positions without hurting his feelings? Tell him.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Like,
Did he or she specify which positions?
no, I mean, I don't know. She did not, but obviously, whatever position it is, it hurts her, and she want to tell him.
She don't want to hurt his feelings, but she don't mind getting hurt.
So look, this is what you do. You either tell that nigga or you go take some Pilates and yoga classes to stretch it on out and just deal with it. There's no way around that one. It's either or. No gray areas.
Or go Dragon Ball Z and just start going crazy on
Super
him. Like,
If you do get that on tape, please, thanks.
email that to us.
Right, we would love to see the video footage of that one.
What would you say?
Oh, I was gonna get off of me. I don't
Get
do
your
that.
ass off me. You don't want to do this shit.
Didn't I tell your
Right.
ass that shit hurt? I told you. You want to keep doing it. Okay, next. How do I tell my mom that she, or anyone, that she is very negative without hurting her feelings. Mom, you bugging.
I'm too blunt for these questions. Cause I would just
Yeah, I'm
tell
like,
people,
you're tripping. You're hella negative right now.
You
And I
don't do that.
Stretch it out.
I'm like, Mom, go to your vortex, though. You need to hit that meditation real quick.
Tell her, watch The Secret. I'm like,
Right.
I feel like that.
What if
maybe,
Gail was being super negative?
Oh, I'm going to tell her, Gail, you need to take it down a notch because you're being negative. Now, I'm going to tell her from another room because she may try to slap me. But I will let her know, like, why are you being so negative? Like, chill out, you know? That's not something, I guess because my relationship with my mom is more open, like, you know, we tell each other when we out of place, pretty much, you know? So, I don't know.
I think I'm able to tell my mom, like, I really did have to tell my mom, like, you a little passive aggressive. Can you not slam the ribs on the counter?
Damn.
Like, that was a little bit much. So I think I will be able to be like, you're being mad negative. Having a bad day.
Like, hella.
Want some tea and meditation?
Let's sit and talk about it.
Yeah, so, I mean, you could just say, hey, you're being a little negative. Can you stop? I don't like that. Let me know when you feel better, please.
Again, like I said, it just depends on the relationship you have with your mom.
I think, like, especially if you're grown, even when you're not grown, like, I feel like my kids should be like, Mom, you're, like, doing a little bit too much. I'm like, I probably am.
Oh, my kids tell me that all the time.
Because you do be doing too much.
They be like, why you bugging? Like, first of all, yeah.
Last question. Let's see. How do I tell my partner that I want an open relationship?
I'm gonna leave that one for you.
I should tell him. I want another man in my life. Shit. And his response was, well, I got to be around at all times. Well, that's not the point that I'm trying to make. I don't want to have an open relationship so we can all be together. Like, I want to hang out with you. And then sometimes I want to hang out with him.
Yeah.
You just got to give him no other option but to say yes.
I don't know. I'm not gonna respond to that one because if my husband came to me and said he wanted to have an open relationship, it's gonna be some bloody lips. Just saying.
Yeah, it depends on the relationship. If my husband came to me, I'd be like, okay, see you later.
Like, shit, I'm about to read this book.
Call me when you're on your way home, okay?
Right.
Dead.
Surprises.
Don't be just popping up.
Right. I mean, you should just be able to have a sit-down conversation and set boundaries. That's the most important part. Do what works for you. If that works for y'all, hey, it don't work for everybody. But most importantly is set boundaries and just tell them how you feel. There's this new cute guy at my job. Open relationship or not.
But that could backfire because if you come out and say, hey, I want an open relationship, and he'd be like,
I said it's one-sided.
No.
I said I want. I didn't say you.
Right.
And he gonna be
This
looking
is
at you
just about me.
sideways, thinking that you out there looking at everybody when he say no.
I don't know.
Well, he needs to mind his business.
It just depends on yeah.
That's a hard one.
I don't know.
It's not. Just tell him.
I mean, I would
you
want to
can tell
know,
him, but,
like,
you know.
why does she want to have the open relationship? Like, I need more information on that because that will help me define my answer. Because everyone does not want to have two, Rachel. I'm cool with one. She looking like, yeah, whatever.
I like options.
Just saying.
So that was it. Send us those questions. We're looking forward to more questions.
Yeah.
So what's next?
Our melanated discussion. So I came up with this topic because last year, I want to say like towards the end of summer, Procter & Gamble issued like a series of commercials called The Talk, where it was African American families talking with their children about, you know, staying safe and what's going on with the police and killing us and stuff like that. So I was like thinking, well, how does that conversation actually take place in a household where there are biracial children? And then I got thinking more deeply. What is the actual culture conversation in a house where there are biracial children? So before I go any further, I actually want to play a clip from my favorite episode of Blackish because it kind of dug into what I was thinking at the time. So let me just play it.
You see me as a black woman?
That's what you are, sweetie.
Yeah, but you're my dad, and you're white, and that's half of me, right? So, and I love that half of me.
So do I. And nothing can change that. But look at this. Yeah. Remember this day?
Oh, yeah, I do.
All the awkward stares and comments from people who didn't think I was your father? Well, I knew then, way before you had a chance to decide for yourself, that the world had already made that choice for you. You were black.
So that particular episode, like I've said before, I was raised in a black household, African American household, however everybody wants to position it. I didn't really find out that I was like whatever until I was an adult, and I was already identified as a black woman. But I know that there are a lot of kids who are biracial, and just out of curiosity, I just wanted to know what some of the conversations were that were being had. So we went to the streets. Streets was talking. So we have, I'm just going to read a couple of these.
I have,
do you have that one?
Karen.
Yep. Okay, so I'll start with her. So she was the first person to respond. So Karen Garcia, who is my sister-in-law. My nephew Tobias is Hispanic and Italian. His dad is. And then her parents are from Belize. So she says, I always tell my son how blessed he is to be multiracial and to be proud of who he is. He can enjoy the best of all his cultures. For me, it's important to celebrate that he celebrates his Garifuna, Hispanic, and Italian heritage, all the while making him aware that some ignorant people don't care if his grandmother is blonde, and they hate what he represents: strength, unification of all races, and love. Then we have on Instagram, her handle is S Hiatus. It's my friend Simone. And she said, yes, culture is such an important topic. Societal culture, family culture, even the culture around how they see themselves. We keep an open dialogue in our house, especially with their son, because he's almost 13 and he's really becoming aware of himself and the world around him in ways he has never seen before. Also, his siblings are very light-skinned while he's a beautiful mocha, but that means that other people's initial impression or judgment of him is going to always be different, as much as we all know it shouldn't be, than it is for his siblings. Ultimately, we want all of the kids to be proud as hell of who their roots are and woke of the world around them. Then I actually had a conversation with a friend from high school, and he is biracial as well. His dad is black, his mom is Native American, but he grew up with his entire family being mixed race. So like, he wouldn't go to a function and be like the only mixed kid. Like all his cousins basically were mixed, even though his dad's side is predominantly black. Like his aunts had married Caucasian men, had like, different, so he said that he never felt out of place. It wasn't a big thing for him. When he started hanging out with his friends as a teenager, his dad, who like I said is black, gave him the "you still a nigga" talk. Just keeping it real. Yeah. Meaning that it doesn't matter how light your skin is, doesn't matter what you're mixed with, all you're gonna be is seen as a black man in society's eyes. And so he also said he really faced that head on when he started getting pulled over, riding around with his friends, and also during boot camp in the military.
Damn.
Yeah.
There's this, and I think it had to do with people who were born in America, but they're like second generation Latin people. Mm-hmm. And so how they look white, but they're really
Latino.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they were like explaining, or they were mixed or something, and they didn't look like where they were from or what the majority of them looked like. And so they felt more of one side than the other, mm-hmm. and it wasn't what society sees. Like, right. They're just gonna label you, oh, they're black or whatever. They identify more with the other side. Right. So I was like, that really made me open my eyes, because I never thought of that. I'm not mixed, right. I'm black, but I never have experienced or even thought about two completely different cultures coming together and how that child or that person identifies. Yeah. It's like default to black, or, default to the whatever the minority is.
Right. Mm-hmm. I also talked to my sister-in-law, Corinne, Corey's youngest sister. She's half white, but she grew up with black family. And I just asked her a few questions. I'm not going to really read, into detail what she was saying, but I asked her, did she ever feel, when she finally found out she was mixed, it was around 6 or 7, did she ever feel torn between two cultures? And she said, never really felt torn until I experienced racism while being with my friends. Even though I was half white, I was still called a nigger. Having that happen did hurt because I realized at the moment that to some white people, I was black regardless. I remember my family telling me the story of how my dad tried to take me to see his mother, and she told him, I don't want to see your nigger baby.
What?
When I heard the story, I just said, well, damn, I guess that's how it is. And then in elementary, I remember my aunt completing paperwork and there wasn't another option for race. And I got upset, like, I'm not just black. Mm-hmm. So, and then we talked a little bit more on text, and she was just saying how 25 years later, she met her dad's side of the family, and it was like, it was nothing. Like, there was nothing there. So she was just like, chapter closed. Mm-hmm. I identify as a black woman. Mm-hmm. That was it. So we brought you on today because I know that.
That's like our little mixed boy.
Yes, you do. So really, we just wanted to kind of have a conversation with a parent, like an actual conversation, because most of the people that responded aren't here physically. And so I just wanted to just ask a few questions, like, what type of conversation does a parent have regarding culture with their biracial child?
Well, for me, it's just actually starting because my son's only 3. Mm-hmm. And it was funny. I was just telling Rachel the other day, not knowing that you guys were going to do this, that we met a man that was biracial, and he asked us like, oh, what do you think that I am? And we're like, black, and he's like, oh, well, my mom's white, And then I was like, I forget that I have a biracial son, I'm black, and I feel like my son is black. Like, you just feel like he comes from you, and this is what we are, my family, we're surrounded by it. And then I think also because my husband, he's, with our culture, like he's, he listens to the same music. Like, I don't really see a difference between the two of us. Like, as far as, he does speak another language. And when we go to his side of the family, like they have their cultures, but everybody's been really, from the time that I met him, they've always, been very loving to me. I never had any, anything to make me feel any type of way about them. Mm-hmm. So for my son, it's just like, we never really had to have that discussion with him.
Right. Because he's still.
Nobody's really treated him any different. Except for there was.
Yeah, I was about to say, time out on the game. That little boy
we went out
he's
one
about
time
to catch
doing
the
a visit.
fade.
People that we're not normally around. And everybody's having a good time. I'm the only black woman there. And then it's my son. And this little boy, he's actually biracial
this little
himself.
fucker. That's what he is.
Comes up and he was like, you guys, you're the black guys. And I'm like, excuse me? He's like, you guys are the black guys.
He would have been
and
black.
And then he wasn't even speaking English?
Guys.
Proper English?
He was like 4.
Yeah.
And then like, I was so hurt. I was so upset. I think I called you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. Like, and it just made me realize like, oh my God, my son is going to have to go outside and deal with people pointing him out for no reason at all.
Mm-hmm. And see, that was kind of one of the questions I had too, because as an African-American woman, how do you feel about society labeling your child as just only black? And, like, we know, our men are being killed like rampant, you know what I'm saying, by the police, the people who are supposed to be there to protect and serve. Yeah. So how does that make you feel, knowing that when he goes out there, it does not matter what his heritage is, they're just going to see him as a black boy?
I mean, that's exactly what it is. I just feel like I have a black son because perception. Yeah. People see him as a black son, and then I have to prepare him. I can't say, oh, well, you're half this, because that's not going to save him later on. I have to tell him what it is. Like, people see you as black. Yes, your father is Eastern European, but you are black. Yeah.
What about how would you feel if, like, let's say later on down the line, he starts coming into himself, because I know he's young now, but he starts coming to himself and he decides, you know what? I'm going to identify with my dad's side. How would that make you feel? Right.
Good luck.
But I know we all know that society is still going to be like, you're a nigga, whatever. But how would that make you feel, like, personally? Knowing that he's like...
I'd be a little hurt.
Yeah, that he's like, I don't want the black side, because...
I would be a little hurt.
The reason why I'm asking that question, too, is because I've actually had scenarios or seen scenarios where maybe the black side isn't
as involved,
mm-hmm. and so they side with their white side, or whatever side.
Well, that I understand, because it's about who you're with, who brings you up. You know, when you have black mothers and grandmothers and aunts, and you know that side, like, you know, that's just, you feel that inside, you know. But if you don't know that, then how can you really relate to something that you don't know about?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it could be that missing thing. Some of these people do have that missing thing, because we could talk about people who are adopted by white families.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and I think it's funny that they automatically group anyone who is black with anything, mixed with anything, but they automatically group you and categorize you as black, but they don't want the world to be black. That kind of makes me think, like, why is it that way?
Right. Yeah. No, I feel you on that one. It's just like, I always think about that movie Imitation of Life, and how you have to, oh God, girl, that's a classic. You have to watch it. I think I have it on DVD. I will let you borrow it.
I don't have a DVD player. Okay, yeah.
You don't have a video game console?
Yeah.
Like a PlayStation? You just pop it in there.
Okay.
But anyway, so the movie is, the girl was black. Her mom was a housemaid. She worked for this rich white actress. Have you seen it before?
No.
Imitation of Life? She worked for this rich white actress, and I believe her dad, I want to say he was Creole, so she was very fair skinned. And so the mom raised her in the house. She was best friends with the actress, but we're dealing like 1950s, so she still looked at as the help. So the little girl was so fair skinned, they would go out into public. People would think that wasn't her daughter, that she was taking care of this white person's daughter. And then also she was raised with the actress's daughter, and so they were like sisters. When she became of age, like a teenager, she actually went out to the world and established herself as a white woman. And basically like traveled the world, became an entertainer as a white woman. And then at some point in the movie, the guy she was about to marry, found out she was black, and he like beat her or whatever. And then at the end of the movie, her mom dies. So of course she comes running back like, oh mom, I'm so sorry. Because the whole time she pretty much just cut her mom off.
Damn, karma.
Right. But she did it so that she could fit into society, because that's how society was viewing her. They didn't know, they couldn't tell she was black. So it's a really good movie. I'll let you borrow it.
There's another movie. It's it goes back to like the old days, and I want to say it was in England. Bless you.
Bless you.
And it was about a girl. What's her name? I want to say it's Bella. I don't know. But she was fair skinned, but her father was white and was very wealthy, and he left her like an inheritance, and it just shows like the treatment. Even though her father was white and her mother was black, it shows like the treatment of how just because her mom was black, how she was treated differently. Yeah. And how people kind of felt like she wasn't deserving of what her father left her. Right. So it's really
it's hard too, because I have a lot of mixed friends who actually will go and check off everything they mix with when they fill in their applications and stuff, because
they feel like they want to give everybody credit.
Yeah, they like, all right, I don't want to pick a side. And then we were talking about that when we first started the show. We started talking about Meghan Markle, how she was like, I don't want to pick a side, like I'm both. Yeah. You know? But the end all be all is, you're viewed as a black person. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, some people don't have the option. Like my son, you can tell that he's, got black in him. Like there's no passing like, oh, I'm going to pretend like I'm just white. Right. Nobody's going to believe you.
Right. Yeah.
So I think if you had the option, and back in the day, then people use that to their benefit, because everybody knows it's hard to be black.
Right. You're like, all right, well, I'm going to use this to my benefit and come up. Like, because this is basically what it's going to take for me to live the life. Right. Is by faking it. And that's what that movie Imitation of Life is about. She literally was faking it so that she can live the life. The part that I hated is that she like literally cut her mom off. Yeah, like, wasn't sending her no money, no
right.
Nothing.
I would have put my mom up somewhere and been like, I'm gonna just send you this money, but I'm gonna act white and I'm gonna come visit you every now and then.
Right. Like, meet me in the back.
Right.
There's a book too, I forget the name of it, that I was reading about. This lady had wrote, her mom was Creole. I don't know what Creole is, the big thing. Her mom was Creole, but she passed for a white woman so that her kids could have a better life. She married like a white man. All her kids are like white. And so the lady actually wrote the book, and it's more talking about hiding like your heritage, hiding your family away from, because her dad never knew that her mom was black. She never knew, according to the book. But she was just saying that how she found out, the kids never knew either, how they found out. She did a genealogy test and was like, what? What? African?
She had to act surprised?
The child did.
Oh.
No, because she never told her kids that she, yeah. So, and that's what basically the book is about, how she found out she was mixed and wanted to have that part of her culture. Like she felt like her mom robbed her of that.
Yeah.
You know,
because you don't know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because I feel like at this time and in this city, I could say Las Vegas is very diverse. I see a lot of mixed couples around, so it's not so unique. I was just in California last month, and I went to Starbucks, and the girl was like, "Oh, that's your boyfriend?" I was like, "Oh, that's my husband." She was like, "Oh, yeah, you must be tired of them niggas." And I was like,
"What?
That has nothing to do with it." And she's like, "Oh, I just don't really see couples like you around here." And
What year is it?
Where are you? Like,
handful of pennies.
You would think in California.
Yeah,
Right.
That's a huge melting pot.
So, I mean, I would think in some places where maybe
She's
you
dumb.
know,
We're just going to say she's
Like,
dumb.
girl,
they don't see that.
when the
But
last
here
time
it's
you came
like
out the
people
house?
see it all the time. Like,
Yeah, you do see it all the time here. You do see it all the time here, but that's another topic. We gonna save that one. The interracial topic.
But I would say that I was avoiding asking my son about colors, like what he thought, you know. And when I had that incident, then I was like, what color is mommy? You know, what color is daddy? What color is, you know, because my mother is very fair skinned. So he was really confused by
Yeah, he was like,
He's like, I don't know
the
what the
fact
hell's
that
going on.
she
I
was,
love all
you
y'all.
know, I'm like, well, you know, mommy's black, you know, your nana's black, but if you look at the color of her, you wouldn't think that she was black, you know. And so I'm
Right.
like, well, what color do you think your dad is? Oh, he's yellow.
They're so innocent at that age.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks, is that their innocence literally is stripped from them when they start getting into school and understanding more. It's just like,
yeah, that part.
Yeah.
I remember it was even this year. I mean, Simone is a little black girl, and these little girls were calling her white. Like, her little feelings was hurt. She's like, I'm not white. Like, she came home upset about it. And, you know, that's that colorism thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what me and my friend from high school talked about yesterday when we were on the phone. And he was just like, we always never thought about, like, well, where do we fit in? Like, you know, too dark for white people, too light for black people. So that colorism thing does come into play. But that's one of the reasons why having that conversation and setting your kids up, boosting their confidence at an early age. Like, look, you're biracial. This is some shit that's probably going to happen to you later on down the line. But I want you to be prepared for it, you know?
Yeah, so it's not a surprise.
So it's not a
like, I'm going to
surprise.
prepare you for that. One of my friends, she's half black, half white. Her mom's black. Her mom raised her, and her dad wasn't that involved in her life, but the grandparents of her dad were. But there was an incident where her dad got that mad at her mom, where he called her a nigger. You have a whole child by this woman. You know what I mean? It's like situations like that. And I've been seeing more and more videos where, like, it'll be a black girl and then a white man, and he's just like going off on her, calling her a nigger and all of that. It's real fucked up. But
My eye twitch. Like,
Yeah.
but she identifies more with her black side.
Right, 'cause-
you know, that's who raised her. But at the same time, how could she identify with that side? And she just saw her father treat her mom like that. And all his other kids are white. And
yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
he would have caught these paws. I don't care if I was
Boy,
5.
Let me tell you. You said what to my mom? Let's go. Let's run these hands.
Tonka trucks at your head.
Yeah, I think if there's like such a wide difference too, you know, like, I mean, because me and my husband, like, he's Eastern European, but you know, Evil, he's like,
Evo thinks he's black. Evo's
he
black
does.
man.
He got swagger. He's like, you know, like
He's
But
cool
not,
ass.
Not only that, it's more like of the struggle, because he comes from a place, you know, a small country. They were poor. They were without. So he knows the struggle. He knows coming to America, being an immigrant, being mistreated, being looked at like something different, because even though he's not black, people know that he's not white. And so they look at him and they treat him a certain way too.
Right.
Yeah. Man.
So coming from that, we both kind of have that same you know, we teach Tyson the same things. Like, look, people are gonna look at you different. Like, it's not, you know, you don't have any privilege here.
Right.
You know, your father can't help you because, you know,
Because he can help himself. Right.
So, I mean, that's what it is for us. So I think that's what makes it easier in my situation with my son is that, you know, he knows that he just feels
He does not come from white privilege.
It's just different shades of us, but you know, we're all on the same. You're not going to benefit from picking the other side.
So, like when Evo came to the U.S., did he say like a certain group embraced him? Did he say like the black people embraced him, and that's kind of why he kind of took on that
Evo
swag?
No, Evo's been black since he was in Bulgaria.
He's always been.
He's always been black. I didn't believe him. I'm like, whatever. But he showed me pictures of him and his.
He had braids. Please tell me he didn't have braids. Oh my God, no!
He didn't have braids there. When he came here, he tried it, but it
hell,
but,
I can't wait to see him.
So you bring your hair now,
right?
No, it didn't work out. It was a trial. It was an error. But no, I mean, he's just always felt, you know, I guess he has felt more comfortable with our culture, and more accepted.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to like different cultures coming to America, you know, that whole white privilege thing it does kind of go out the window depending on where you're from. Because I know a lot of like Middle Eastern people who are fair skinned, but they still looked at, you know,
on out the window.
Yeah. So, because I know personally, even though I know that we're displaced, we're not supposed to be here, you know, whatever.
Sort of.
I was born here. Mm-hmm. So technically I'm an American.
You're indigenous.
I don't feel American. I don't feel like I've never felt like I had the right to be here, like I'm supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I've always felt displaced, just based on the fact that I'm an African American woman and woman at that. I'm gonna emphasize that woman part.
Yeah, but I have a hope. I think that when my son is my age, things will be a lot different. I think that there's so much integration and people, you know, mixing of races that, you know.
I would hope that it would be, but we're also talking about power and control that certain groups of people have, certain laws that protect certain groups of people. Right. You know, we have a different set of laws versus white people, you know. So I think that let's hope that it gets better, but the way these convictions are going, I don't know.
It's a conversation I've had with my mom before. I mean, you know, because she was around in the 1950s and 60s and the segregation and stuff like that. And conversations that we have is like, she does not see it getting any better. It's exactly the same. Even because they were mixed race then, but because everything was so segregated, it wasn't out in the open.
Yeah, right.
But it's out in the open now, but it's still not accepted.
Yeah, you know, I see people getting like the dirty looks and everything, and it's unfortunate. Yeah, you know that it happens that way. Even different religions, people who have different religions, like why should that why should you have to take that into consideration if you really love this person? Right. You know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because it was my first time I ever dated outside my race, and I remember in the beginning I was just like looking for people's reaction,
right? Because
when
you
we were out
expecting
together.
it, yeah.
So I was looking at people's reaction to see, like, okay, who's gonna look at me? Who's gonna, you know, who's gonna give me the most dirty looks? Black men looked at me the most.
Oh, don't get me started.
Black
Do
men looked
not
at
make
me the
me
most.
drag the black man,
Black girls
please.
give me high fives, but then. Like, I slowly started to see it changing where black men started giving Evo high fives or, like, giving him dabs or something like that. So, yeah, in the beginning, I was looking for everything. But now that I don't look, I don't pay no attention to nobody. Unless somebody says something like, I've never seen you guys, nothing like you before.
And I've never seen nothing like you before.
I'm human, like,
right?
Just so you know,
like, what do you mean?
Like, not an alien. Yeah, no. I know a lot of people who are in like mixed race, interracial relationships that get a lot of, and I know for both sides, black women who date white men, white women who date black men, and they get a lot of bullshit. You know, just based on that particular fact. That's what I was saying. I don't think things are gonna change much. Because even though it's out in the open, it's still not being socially accepted unfortunately. And like the main thing is the kids that are suffering for it. Like,
Right.
you know.
But I just feel like when they go to school and a high percentage of the kids are mixed, like, I'm not even kidding. I was at the grocery store the other day, and all the kids in the produce section that everybody was mixed. All of the kids were mixed. It was white mamas, black mamas, and all the kids were mixed.
Yeah.
And it just made me think, like, you know, I think there'll be more mixed kids, you know, where this wouldn't be an issue where they're like, well, you this, you that. You know, it's like, well, we all mixed up now.
We are.
I mean, we are mixed up now, but now, you know, I think it's going to be more evident.
And then it just kind of goes back to, how are we going to be viewed at the end of the day? Even though, because you can have a white mom, black dad, you're black. You can have a black mom, white dad, you're black. Doesn't matter.
Right.
You know? So that's why I was just saying, I mean, fingers crossed, stuff does kind of, you know, start to evolve. But the fact of the matter is, does not matter who's what in your family, you still a nigga.
Yeah. I mean, some of these learned behaviors go down generations. So we're talking about we have to get those people gotta die.
Anything about to die?
Yeah, but keep in mind they have taught their children these behaviors, because racism is not anything that just
you don't wake up racist.
Yeah. You're not born like fuck niggas. Like, you're not born out the womb like that. You have to learn that behavior. You know, so we're dealing with years of people teaching their children this, but I think that if there are more mixed race couples, we will probably see less of it, because the children are not going to identify with those white grandparents that they have that are racist, for example. So we'll
you can't
see.
feel one-sided. It's like, you know, somebody tells you something about black people, then you're like, well, I'm black, so that's not true. Or, you know,
Yeah.
You can form your own opinions. You're not just being told, like, you actually live those, you know, live on both sides. So
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, did you have anything else?
Nope. Only thing else I have to say is that tune in for our block party this month.
Yes.
We'll be with the noise for our Battle of the Sexes.
Battle of the Sexes. I want to win. I don't even know what the prize is, but
we're going to make a prize up. We're going to rig it so we win.
Yes.
So, yeah, just stay tuned for that. That'll be the last, it'll air the last Sunday of the month. Yeah, it'll air the last Sunday of the month, and then we'll release the date for the one after that. Anything else to say? Thanks for coming on our show.
Thank you so much. Your input was very, very, very helpful. I know I had a lot of people was like, "Oh, I'm looking forward to this episode." So that's gonna be great. Hopefully, we get a lot of
stop being racist. If any racist people are listening,
yes, please,
and clicked on Melanin Boulevard by mistake or by purpose or whatever.
I don't know why you did it, but you're here. You're on the block. So stop being racist.
Stop being racist.
And for heaven's sake, society, leave us the fuck alone.
Please.
Thank you.
All right. So be sure to check out our website at melaninblvd.com. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to Melanin Boulevard, spelled out, on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Spotify. And don't be petty. Give us those 5 stars. Okay. Do it. I can't do it. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Melanin Boulevard. And Boulevard is abbreviated. Don't forget to tell your friends so they can tell their friends. And then maybe we could be friends to tune in every Thursday.
Bye, guys. And this episode of Melanin Boulevard has been executive produced by Brandy Harrison.